we go. Hello, everybody. Today, what is today? Today is Saturday, January 26, 2019, and this is A Sister Be Going Places, the travel-related podcast that answers all your travel questions. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and I am joined here today by my smiling and happy host, Vicky Young. Vicky, how you doing today?
I am doing well. I want to first start off by apologizing for my voice. I'm getting over a sinus infection, so if I have this sudden burst of coughing, I apologize ahead of time, but I'm just going to try to work through this. I think we can do it.
Well, you sound awesome. You sound better, not being funny, but you sound better than you did yesterday.
Yeah, I,
Yeah,
I, I feel better than I did yesterday as
yes.
well.
Yeah, you had the Darth Vader thing going on yesterday, but anyway.
That's funny.
I'm
That
sorry,
is funny.
I say it with love, Vicky. You know that, right?
I know it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. I know. Okay, but anyway, let's get to the show now. For people who are watching live, if you got a question, just type it in the computer, and we will try to answer it live. If you got any questions on travel related issues, you can also go to the Facebook page for A Sister Be Going Places and ask your question there, and we will answer those questions on the show as well, which is good because this week we have a question from somebody who tuned in and went to the website, went to the Facebook page and asked the question. And I know we're going to get, today's topic is what to pack, which is very timely for this question. Their question, and this is a person who has 5 kids. And the question is a general question, how to pack and how to pack, I guess, light when you have that many kids going. And the kids range in age from, I think the youngest one is about 4 up until a teenager.
Oh,
So
wow.
can you give us some tips in general on packing light, but also when you have kids, or when you have a lot of people to pack, is there some things you can do that can help you out?
I always say, well, I am the person that I'm a strategic packer, and I normally always overpack, and that's just me. And I'm just only packing for myself. But I'm very careful about the things that I overpack. And I advise anybody that's packing or planning to take a trip, anybody, it doesn't matter the number of people in your family, is that the stuff that you've put aside, plan early, start early. Don't start the day before or the day of the trip. Start early enough to where you can put some thought into the things that you're planning to take, and then start piling them up according to the person, yourself, your children, your husband. Pile them up and then just look at them. And honestly, if you look at that pile, 70% of the stuff that you put in there, you're not going to use once you get to your trip. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how you need to think about it. Because especially if you're going to the beach, most people think, oh, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to have a swimsuit for a day. I'm going to take an outfit for the afternoon and an outfit for the evening. And I got to have the shoes to match each outfit that I take. And I promise you, you would probably only wear the swimsuit and maybe a cover up for that entire day. And so now you packed a whole bunch of other stuff that you're really not going to use when you go on your trip. So I say plan ahead and strategically plan it so you can, be careful about not overpacking, because one, it can be expensive because now airlines are charging a baggage fee for your flight, and they are also charging you extra if your bag weigh more than 50 pounds. So you have to take that into consideration as well. And it's cheaper for me to underpack and not use something than to try to stuff everything in the bag and get to the airport and have to pay $200 extra just to pack a bag.
Uh,
And
that's,
so,
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
so I advise that start early. Think about what you're put aside what you're going to take for each person. And then when you really start to pack and put everything into the bag, think about everything that you're packing again. And I'm almost sure you're going to take a bunch of that stuff out because you're going to realize I'm not going to probably use this. I really don't need a pair of shoes to match every outfit that I'm going to wear. I'm going someplace where I'm going to be walking every place I go. So I'm not going to need these heels every day for every outfit. And so you have to consider that. And once you take into consideration that, then you can start packing for your trip and for your family.
Okay. Now, one thing you had said last week, and we won't get back into it, but you talked about packing your personal items in plastic bags, individual
Yes.
plastic bags, just because the TSA agents, and thank God they're back to work because we got
Yes.
Super Bowl in a week and it's going to be fun
Yes.
around here.
I'm really happy
Um,
about that.
oh, somebody made the comment too in the line about buy it when you get there.
You know what? I tried that, and honestly, because I'm particular about the things that I pack and that I like, and you can still carry what you need. It's just we overdo it sometimes. It's like me when I pack. The first thing I do is whatever I wear on the plane to my trip. When I
Mm-hmm.
leave the house, I don't pack for my destination. I pack for the plane because
Okay.
the planes are cold. They're dark, and I want to be comfortable on the plane. I pack in layers so I can always take a top or jacket off, but
Mm-hmm.
I dress for the plane. I always wear a pair of sneakers because
Mm-hmm.
I want to be comfortable walking to whatever I got to do
Right.
before I get to my destination. So
Mm-hmm.
the exact same outfit that I wear on the plane, I wear it back home.
Okay.
And so that saves me a whole nother outfit that I have to pack. And so some people are probably asking, but it's dirty now. Yeah, it could be, but most hotels have laundry facilities now, especially if you travel out of the country. They
There you
have
go.
washing machines and they provide the detergent for the customers that are staying at their hotel. So if you have a family of 5 or 12 or how many ever is traveling in your party, if you plan to take 7-day trip, pack for 4. And if you have to do laundry, you have to do laundry. That'll save you $200 or $300. And what
Mm-hmm.
I do is I pack those little prepackaged uh, laundry detergent packs. I
Okay.
pack 2 of those every time I travel because I know that I'm going to have a hotel that has a laundry facility, or I'm going to stay in an Airbnb that has a washer and dryer so I can do my own laundry and not have to worry about overpacking.
Okay. We got a question. I want to keep it alive. We got a question here from somebody who was in the room watching, and they asked the question John did. What's the one thing that everyone should have in their bag that doesn't include bathroom essentials?
I say bug spray. I say any type of repellent spray because so often that's one of the simplest things that we don't think about when we're traveling. And what I normally do is I get the wipes. Deet have the wipes now they are easy to pack. I throw them into every bag that I travel, so I don't have to worry about getting to. I went to Costa Rica, and something told me Vicky carries some bug spray. I got there and the mosquitoes were out of control. And I was just like, I'm so glad. So I started pulling out my wipes and washing myself down with them because, for one, but my friend that was traveling with me didn't have anything. So I'm having to share what I had. So we ended up having just enough for the trip. But stuff like that, most people think, well, toothbrush, too. They provide all that stuff to you at the hotels
Uh-huh.
that you're staying at. All of the toiletries they have, I say any type of bug repellent or any type of medication that will help if you have an upset stomach. Because you have to think about the fact that you're going to other countries and the foods are different. And if you're not taking something every day to coat your stomach, you may or may not get sick. I pray that you don't, but it happens. Then you have your own stuff that you take that work. Because if you go over there, a lot of the languages you don't understand. They don't understand you. You don't know what you're buying. So it's
Mhm.
okay to pack little stuff. You don't have to take the whole box or a bag. Just throw a couple in there just in case.
Okay. I'll tell you if you could see the comments in the room, it's funny.
What are some of the comments?
Some of the stuff people say. I'm not even gonna repeat it, but some of them are funny. What I was gonna say before John asked that question, because you talked about last week about wrapping your clothes, and I was having a conversation this week with somebody about packing for kids, and what
Yep.
they said was they pack outfits
Yep.
in
Pack
plastic bags.
pack the
So
outfit, tuck and roll.
mhm,
They roll them. They put an outfit
yeah.
together. And I do that too. I'll take an outfit, you put an outfit together, and then you take the pants, the shirt. There are times when if you're taking a pair of jeans for your child, put 2 shirts with it. That's 2 outfits right there.
Hmm.
You got the socks, you got their underwear. Roll all of that up, roll it up really tight, and then put it aside, roll all their outfits, and for each child, put everything in a bag, label that bag. So when you get to your destination, your kid know which bag is theirs, and they know to go within that bag to get their stuff. And then when you're coming back, if you don't do your laundry, you can put all that dirty laundry back into those bags and pack it easily. Or if you do your laundry, you can use those bags to put everything back in. So
Mm.
it's easy to do it that way. And then you don't have to carry a bag a person. You
That's
can
true.
get you can get a large bag for your kids if you know how to pack and roll really well, and you can have a bag for you and your husband, and you only have two bags that you have to deal with, because once you get to your destination, I don't think most people think about the fact that if your child is not comfortable and dressed comfortable enough, or their shoes are not comfortable, they're going to want you to carry them. So now you got luggage you're trying to carry your child,
Right.
their stuff, and try to keep an eye on everything. So you have to be mindful of what you carry to make sure that you can keep an eye on your family.
You know what? And you just said something that brought up a real good point. Wait a minute. John says sometimes he brings dryer sheets to keep the bag and shoes fresh. What do
Yep,
you, that's an idea too. Now I've
that's
heard
a
that
good idea.
dryer sheets keep like bed bugs away. Is that true?
Dryer sheets, I have no clue. But that's a good idea. That's something to think about, because when you're going to other countries, you don't know what they have. You check into
Right.
hotels, and their hotels can appear clean. And I'm talking name brand hotel. Heck, you can do that here in this
Mm-hmm.
country. Go to hotels, and I've gotten to a point where I look for them. I don't do it all the time, but depends on the hotel. I'll go in and I'll check the mattress lining to see if there's bed bugs, because they said that's the first place you need to check,
Uh-huh.
because you can't go by the appearance
Right.
of a place to know whether or not. But that's a good idea.
But something you were just I was about to say when people go on vacation, and you talked about if your kids' shoes are uncomfortable. People go on vacation, they tend to go out and buy a bunch of new clothes.
Yes.
And first of all, if you want to do that, fine, buy them. But we'll say buy them early, so save, so you can
Yes.
save on some money. But also the idea, you buy new shoes, and people will buy new shoes. I want
Yes.
to look fly and stylish on my vacation, and you do that with kids and find out those shoes are
Are
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable, and they're upset, they're angry, and you wondering why they're irritable. It's because they're not comfortable in the things that you bring them. And it's like, I know I have family members that will pack for their children, and they'll take a pair of sneakers for every outfit. I'm like, how are you gonna have a bag for that?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have a bag per child, it's gonna be expensive. Where
Mm-hmm.
whatever sneakers you put on the child when they're traveling, I say dress them in the sneakers that they're going to wear. You're going to be gone walking around anyway. You don't have to have a pair of sneakers for each day. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I'm not a sneaker person, but I will travel in sneakers. I wear the sneakers back and forth on the plane to get to my destination. And I always find that once I get there, I have to wear them again because I'm walking everywhere. So I have those same sneakers. I get a neutral pair that I can wear with everything. I'm not overloading my bag with shoes. So I wear the same sneakers, and, you know, I have
Mm-hmm.
space. So if I decide to buy something else while I'm over there just to be shopping, I can, but it's normally not anything that I left at home.
And you know what? It's funny because that idea of doing your laundry, it took me
Yes.
a minute to get that. Because here's the thing: most times you go on vacation, I would say, unless you're on a cruise or something, most times you go on vacation, you think you're going to get up every morning and you're going to run around from 8 to midnight every day. You're going to
Yes.
run around
And you
sightseeing,
don't.
huh?
And you don't.
Yeah, and then you end up spending, I'm tired from yesterday. Let me take a day to chill,
Yes.
and that to be the day that you could then do your laundry. You could
Yep.
do all the things that you want to do. So yeah, I can say for me personally, it took me once I decided, yeah, I don't have to like okay, I go to Disney World every year. I'm there for 7 days. I don't have to take 7 pair of shorts,
You don't.
you know, 7 pair of underwear, I because I'm going to do laundry
Yep.
and boom, I take half as much as I need. So that's definitely a plus. So we're talking about packing and packing light. What about like you pack depending on where you're going? Obviously, I think you would pack your because you don't like to check things first of all.
That is
You
correct.
said. So you bundle everything in your carry on, which is like God bless you if you can do that.
Yes, I
I'm going
talk from
with.
professional packer. I'm a professional packer because when the time of year that I travel, it's in the spring and summer. So
Uh-huh.
your clothes are much lighter. In the
Okay.
wintertime, it's a little bit more
Got
difficult
coats, right?
because you got coats and jacket and sweaters and
Right.
heavy jeans. In the summertime, you have the really light dresses, you have the swimwear, you have things that you can roll up really small and they don't take up as much space. And
Hmm.
I'm a hat person. So I always, if I'm going to the beach, I always like to take my hats. And so what I do is I take, even with my hats, I put them inside of my luggage as well. I stuff the crown of the hat with like swimsuits. I stuff it so when I put it in my bag, it doesn't get crushed because it's stuffed with clothes. And I just pack around that with the other things. So you
Hmm.
can pack, you just gotta be strategic about what you carry. I pretty much I carry my own toiletries everywhere I go, even though you get to some hotels, they have some really nice ones and I take them. I'm that person. But I know I take them.
I do
And
too. I do too.
and I always take my own face towels because if you travel outside of the US, a lot of places they don't give you face towels, the little small towels. They just give you the big hand towels, and you
Okay.
show up like, where are the face towels? So I usually carry my own anyway, because I have sensitive skin. So I like to have my own. So I pack those, and then I'll just pack the things that I need. I don't overdo it. 90% of the stuff that I pack, honestly, I don't use it. I remember going on a trip with my friend. Her luggage never got to our destination. And I think I shared this story with you. And we were only gone for 4 days, 3 nights. I told her, I said, we're gonna be okay. I have enough stuff for the both of us. I was like, you on your own when it comes to your under stuff, but I got enough clothes for the both of us. And I told her, I said, here's the luggage, pick out what you want, and I'll wear the other stuff. And so we had enough clothes. She was like, you packed all this stuff. I was like, yeah, I always overpack. She said, but you got to carry on. That's how you do. I don't have a bunch of shoes in there. I carry like flat sandals, really cute flats that I can wear to dinner in the evening because when you're walking around, you don't want heels on and you're uncomfortable. So you don't want to stay out longer because you're like, my feet hurting, so I got to get back. So I stopped carrying a pair of heels to match every outfit long time ago because I found that I carry one pair now, a pair that I know going to go with any dress that I decide to wear where I need a pair of heels. And honestly, for the last, I would say 5 or 6 trips, I never even wore them. So
Wow.
you have to think about, if every outfit in your bag is black or blue or yellow or whatever, you don't have to take 6 pair of black shoes.
Mhm.
You think about the fact that, and like the person say, you can buy when you get there. If you decide, okay, I want another pair. This is a good time for me to buy another pair of shoes because I'm at a destination. I'm in Paris, so I want to buy a pair of shoes from Paris. That's a good time to, invest some money, but you don't have to just carry 6 pair of shoes because you got 6 dresses you want to match with the shoes.
Okay. Now, I was gonna say something funny, but I'll leave it alone because you know me. Uh, but just for everybody for level setting, so everybody understands that you're not talking about going to Nebraska. Name the last 5 countries you went to.
Who me? Oh God, I've been. I went to Mexico back in August. I went to Italy in June. I went to France the year before that. I went to Spain and I went to Greece.
Okay. The reason I say that is not for bragging purposes because I want people to understand when you're talking about this stuff, you have been places. You have
Yes.
gone around the world, so you know what you're
Truly
talking about.
blessed. Truly
Yeah,
blessed.
yeah, and that's why I just want people to understand that when you're saying this stuff about, you don't have to pack stuff for every day. I'm going to Epcot. So you're going. So I just want people to understand that, yeah, you know what you're talking about. I've had this conversation with you many times. You know what you're talking about. Um,
And it's a matter of preference. I
mhm.
mean, people have their different opinions about what they do. It's just how these are just stories and just tips on how I get by
Right,
with packing a carry-on bag on the plane. Because again, I like to hit the road running. And I also find that you want to make sure that you can carry on things because when you
right.
go into other countries, they're not really truly gentlemen over there. They're not going to carry your bag, and they're not going to carry your bags up and down the stairs for you, because a lot of the train stations, you find that you travel by train, they don't have elevators, or they don't have escalators. So you have to carry your bags up and down. You need to be able to carry on stuff. And if your bags are too heavy, then you can't carry on stuff. So you're sitting there dragging your luggage. I've seen it. I was at a trip where this lady had a baby. She had the baby in the stroller. She had her luggage, and she was trying to get down the stairs. No one would help her. So I told her, I said, hold up, wait a minute. I took my bag downstairs. I said, I'll help you. I said, give me the baby. She collapsed the stroller, and we were able to take her stuff downstairs. No one would help her. So you got to be able to manage your luggage and your family at the same time.
That's a good point. You can't assume that every country is like America.
Exactly, because it's not. And I found that out the hard way.
Okay, we got another question in the room. They're killing it this week.
Awesome.
Yeah, Thekessa asked, do you recommend buying over-the-counter meds when you get to your destination, or pack them?
I pack them because I know what works for me. And over-the-counter meds over there may work for you if you know what you're buying. Because you go to a lot of the countries and you go into the pharmacies, they may or may not speak English, and you may or may not speak their language. So now you're in there trying to, I guess, act out what's wrong with you. So it's best to pretty much carry, if you know you have headaches, carry just a few of them with you. Packs, like, again, some stuff that's for upset stomach, because you're going to be eating a lot of crazy food that you normally wouldn't eat on a day-to-day basis. Carry repellent spray, or I usually carry the wipes. Pack that kind of stuff in your bag. And then I'm not to get too personal, but we as women have personal issues that we deal with. Carry those things with you. Even if you know that you're not at that place right now, still pack something to cover yourself, because what happens, you'll get there and you're relying on the hotel, which is going to charge you 3 or 4 times more than what you would pay at the store. So pack a few things to cover you, so you'll be okay. You may still have to buy something, but you still have something in your bag.
That is a very, very good point. I'm not even gonna make no joke about it, because that is some serious stuff. If you get someplace and you have your calendar, you're like, okay, I'm cool till whatever, and find out your body's like, psych, or even worse, you eat something.
Yes.
And it triggers something else.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a very that's very valid. Let me ask you this follow-up question on that. Do you, as far as medications, taking them overseas, packing them, are there issues you have to, what do you have to have with you? If I want to take my medication, it's got my name on the thing, but they don't know what's in there. How do you deal with that, like going to the airport?
I just pack, I leave my meds in. Like, there are certain things that if I have medication, like right now, I'm taking antibiotics. And if I was going on a trip, I just pack them in the same bottle that they were prescribed in. And like my vitamins, I pack all those things as well. I take all my vitamins with me every day. I pack enough for each day that I'm going. And honestly, I just put all those in one bottle. Put all those things, vitamins in one vitamin bottle, and carry those. I haven't had any issues with medications when I go, and they go through TSA screening. So if they take them, I can't do anything about it. But I've been fortunate enough where I haven't had them to have to take anything. But I don't carry a bunch of different bottles. Like I said, all my vitamins I put in one bottle because I know what they look like and I know what they're used for. But in any kind of specific medication I get from the pharmacy, I leave them in those containers because I want them to know that I was prescribed this medication.
Okay. Yeah, because that would be something I would be concerned about. Like you said,
yes.
You get there.
And you should be, because I hear countries like, there are countries, those Arab countries you may go into that is specific about what you can carry in and out of the country. You have to be careful. And then that way, that's why it pays to do your research. Go on their government website and look at the kind of medications you should and you shouldn't bring into the country. What's legal and what's not illegal. They have all that information on their website, and it is in everybody's best interest before you take a trip, especially to another country, to just glance over those things, because you don't want to get to the airport and try to go through their customs and they check your bag and they pulling you to the side.
Not even worse than that is they take your medication.
Yes.
And you're someplace that's something you need, and you're high
Yes.
blood pressure or whatever.
Yes.
And you're there for a week, and it's like,
Yep.
I got no medication, and now you got to start trying to call internationally to your doctor or whoever.
Or you got to cut your trip
And,
short. Or you
Yeah.
have to cut your trip short.
That's
Yep.
I mean, that's something, those are the kind of things I think a lot of people don't think about.
Yep, you have to think about all of those things, especially when you start traveling abroad, because their laws and their rules are so much different than ours. And what we do, we assume that everybody is supposed to be like us. And we assume that our laws are gold, but they're similar in a lot of ways, but they're definitely different in a lot of ways. So I also always say, if you're questioning it, you need to do your research on it.
Very good. Very good.
And just remember to just don't make packing this big, huge project. Yeah, you're going to have to pack a lot of things, but just don't feel like you got to carry everything in your house with you or everything for the kids in the house, because that's not really necessary. Because if you be surprised, you get there and half of the outfits that I take, I don't even wear them, because I assume that, okay, I'll put this on today and I'll put this on the evening. And I find out that never happens. And kids are out in the sun all day, especially if they're at the beach. They've been out there all day because that's what they love to do. And you get into the hotel in the evening, the first thing they want to do is go to sleep. So now you're ordering food in. You're not even going back out. So that's an outfit that you pack that you really don't need. So you just have to just take all those things into consideration. And again, when you start to look at your hotel accommodations as well as Airbnbs, look for and see if they have laundry facilities. And there are hotels now that will do the laundry for you. Yes, they will charge you an upcharge for it. But if you need something clean, they can do it. I'd rather pay the hotel $12 to clean an outfit for me than to pay an extra $50, $60 at the airport because my bag is too full.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Somebody just said that's one reason why they don't like traveling. Hey, teach his own, right? Thinking about that now, as far as when you travel someplace, I know I'm assuming you like to shop when you go travel.
I do. It's my thing. My thing is vintage shopping. I like to do vintage shopping because I was like, you can go in any store and buy a lot of things. And if you're going to do vintage shopping, it's best to do it in other countries just to see how they do. So that's my thing now.
Mm-hmm. Do you usually bring your stuff back, or do you do a combination of bringing it back and FedExing it home from the country?
I've been fortunate enough now where I can get everything into my bags. Okay. So what I do is I like vintage purses and vintage hats. So what I do is if I get a purse, I'll just stuff it with stuff from my luggage. I'll stuff it with clothes and stuff, and then I can be able to sit it inside of my luggage to make, you know what I mean? So I accommodate it that way. Or if I have to carry it on the plane, that could be my second bag, because you can carry your luggage, carry on luggage, and a second bag, and I make that my second bag.
Okay. Well, we got about a minute and a half to go, but this show, first of all, we got the sound right, so it's been good.
Awesome.
But also, we had a lot of good participation. For everybody listening, this show will be on Facebook Live if you missed any of it. It'll also be on YouTube. It will be on iTunes. It will also be on Spotify. Okay, so we're all over the place with this show. So these episodes will be posted on all of those places. Now, the Spotify and stuff, you won't get to see our pretty faces, but you'll be able to hear our words and the great advice that Vicki gives. We're down to the minute mark. But Vicki and everybody, this has been awesome. This is when I came up with this idea, this is what I wanted. Let me see if somebody got a last question. Toiletries and meds I pack in the luggage that I'm checking for less issues going through security. And that works for me. Yeah.
Yep. Whatever works for you. Yeah, because I I usually pack my toiletries and stuff in my personal bag that I carry
Mhm.
on. So I go and measure that. I make sure I measure the standard size that I'm supposed to carry
Okay.
on. And I do
Hmm.
that because I want my stuff to get to the hotel when I get there. Because
Okay.
if your bag is lost or redirected somewhere, now you got to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
But that has happened to a few people that I know. But then if you like to carry oversized stuff, that's the best route to take. Pack it in your check bag and just
Hmm.
hopefully, if you're taking a direct nonstop flight, you'll be fine. It's just when you have those connecting flights in different
Right.
cities and countries, you got to worry about your stuff getting to the final destination with you. So I always just pack it in my bag to carry on to make sure I have it when I get there.
And the last comment somebody said was they have a lot of stomach problems, so they'll go too far from the U.S. We covered that on another. We should definitely get into some more of that. That's one thing I like about these topics. They go off in so many different directions. So
Yep.
we're gonna end the show. Vicky, as always, thank you so much.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna drop the
This is
schedule.
fun.
Now I have my lipstick with me. Okay. Like I said, the comments in the room are kind of funny. But we'll do this probably get another 2 weeks or so. I got to see what my schedule is for Black History Month. But everybody, thank you so much for your comments, for tuning in. Vicky, again, thank you so much for your knowledge and for
Okay.
sharing it with us. This has been awesome. And this will be posted on the Facebook page. I'll tag you, Vicky, so you can post it to your friends as well.
Awesome.
And I said it'll be on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. So with that, everybody, we're going to close this. Oh, I'm getting a bunch of love from the group. That's so sweet.
Oh,
Everybody,
thanks,
thank you
guys.
again. Oh, somebody just said hi, Vicky. Say hi back. Say hi
Hi,
to your.
guys.
Okay,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So you got more fans than me. See that? Nobody say hi to Tyrone. But anyway, everybody, again, thank you so much. And we will talk to you soon. Vicky, again, thank you for everything. I'll talk to you probably in a few minutes.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay. Yep, bye-bye.